So we're gonna pick back up on Psalms, see if we can discover some more stuff together. I think it's interesting, right? We went over Psalms chapter 2 and in the latest videos. Lex will, and there's others now discussing. It reminds me of Psalms chapter 2, verse 8, where the Creator says, "Ask of me, and I will give the Gentiles to you as an inheritance." Now that we know that for sure that the melanated European had the barbarians at one point in time as slaves, as his servants, now it starts to make sense that when the Creator made this offer to someone else, whether it be David or one of his children or one of the other kings, somebody took that offer, right? Somebody's agreed to ask to the Creator to give the Gentiles, Japhet's descendants, the children of Japhet, or what does it say? The descendants of Japhet shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Somebody took that bargain, right? So we're seeing that there's things in here that have come to life, and now they take on a new meaning once we know our role and who we are, and things of that nature. So let's see here. Unto the end in verses, a psalm for David for the octave, which I'm not sure what octave that is. Hold on. So we went out here to look at some of these other verses, and the octave, from what I see, has something to do with an instrument that's going to have 8 strings, an 8-stringed instrument. Because as you're reading down the line here, it's the only instrument that they make mention of seems that would give you an octave, because what an octave is a sound, right? A pitch, a certain pitch. So as I'm reading through here, it seems like whatever it's going to be, it's going to have 8 strings. So let's see what the 8. That one's not 8. Oops, go back. Let's see what would give us an 8-stringed instrument. Mid-East, Lart, harp, 8-stringed. Makes you wonder, right? Our people were the first to create country music. To me, it makes me think we were good with the guitar, the acoustic guitar, right? From the start. That's why it wasn't no surprise that we were good at music like that. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine indignation, nor chastise me in thy wrath. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I am weak. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are troubled. My soul is troubled exceedingly. But thou, O Lord, how long? Turn to me, O Lord, and deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. For there is no one in death that is mindful of thee, and who shall confess to thee in hell? My eye is troubled with indignation. I have grown old amongst all my enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord hath received my prayers. Let all my enemies be ashamed and be very much troubled. Let them be turned back and be ashamed very speedily. 7. A psalm of David, which he sung to the Lord for the words of Chusi. Now check this out, right? Now I know this is not a conclusive way to come to, a revelation, but I think it's interesting when I'm translating it from English. It's suggesting that it's Chinese to translate it from Chinese to English, when this is supposed to be taken from what, a Hebrew scripture. So, and then here's the other one.
Jamini.
So, and look at that. Look at it. Wow. Hold on. I didn't know that Gemini was a language. Well, there's a lot I don't know. So, failed to translate.
Gemini is a natural language understanding system developed for spoken language applications. The paper describes the architecture of Gemini, paying particular attention to resolving the tension between robustness and overgeneration. Gemini features a broad coverage unification-based grammar of English, fully interleaved syntactic and semantic processing in an all-paths bottom-up parser, and an utterance-level parser to find interpretations of sentences that might not be analyzable as complete sentences. Gemini also includes novel components for recognizing and correcting grammatical disfluencies, and for doing parse preferences. This paper presents a component-by-component view of Gemini, providing detailed relevant measurements of size, efficiency, and performance.
Alrighty then. O Lord my God, in thee have I put my trust. Now that's interesting, right? With all the word trust that we've been learning about and things like that. The history of a trust, the structuring of a trust. You wonder, is there a deeper meaning? Is there a trust that's out there that's in the name of the Creator? Like when we think about, in thee we put our trust. Yeah, I get that, on one level. But on another level, just like the Luciferians have Lucius trust for Lucifer, doesn't it make you stop and think about that? Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me. Least at any time he seize upon my soul like a lion. See, listen to that. Seize upon my soul like a lion. All right. What happens when you have a kingdom and the kingdom is being attacked, and you lose your kingdom, right? All your possessions, all your belongings, all your servants have been seized from you. So to me, there's one meaning that's going on here, but it's almost like there's another meaning at the same time that you can look into. While there is no one to redeem me, nor to save. Look at that. What is everything that we've been learning about as well? Being redeemed. Who can redeem themselves? How to redeem themselves? O Lord my God, if I have done these things, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rendered to them that repay me evils, let me deservedly fall empty before my enemies. Let the enemies pursue my soul, and take it, and tread down my life on the earth, and and bring down my glory to the dust. Arise, O Lord. Rise up, O Lord, in thy anger, and be thou exalted in the borders of my enemies. And arise, O Lord, my God, in the precept which thou hast commanded. We're going to come back to that verse because I want to know what that means in the precept which thou hast commanded. And a congregation of people shall surround thee, and for their sake return thus on high. The Lord judgeth his people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my justice, and according to my innocence, in me. The wickedness of the sinner shall be brought to naught, and thou shalt direct the just. The searcher of the hearts and reins is God, just. Is my help, for the Lord who saveth the upright of heart. God is a just judge, strong and patient is his anger every day. Except you will be converted, he will burnish his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready, and in it he hath prepared the instruments of death. He hath made ready his arrows for them that burn. Behold, he hath been in labor with injustice. He hath conceived sorrow and brought forth iniquity. He hath opened a pit and dug it, and he is fallen into the hole he made. Isn't that a whole phrase? You made your bed, you gotta lay in it. His sorrow shall be turned on his own head, and his iniquity shall come down upon his crown. I will give glory to the Lord according to his justice, and will sing to the name of the Lord the Most High. So this right here is something that is played on a harp or a larp, whichever one you prefer. The 8-string instrument is the important part. It is played off of that. And it is supposed to be played to his name. So again, it's a reminder his name is something, that is important to him. I think about Othello's children, right? And what was his most important thing? Take not from me my good name. The creators, it seems that that's the importance for him as well. Don't sully his name. What happened? What was one of the verses there? The biggest reasons why we went through everything we've gone through is everywhere we went, we profaned his holy name. So we'll stop with 7.